Ashe, the Fred to God.
What's going on, Winners Dialogue family? It's Leon again, checking in with you. Shake my hand. Today, we got a special guest in the building. Or should I say guest? Today, we're doing another episode of My Secret Mentor where we highlight black entrepreneurs in the DMV area specifically. Today, we got some guests in the building. They are pillars in the community. A wise man once said, follow the innovators, not the imitators.
Come on.
I think they was talking about this group. They had to be.
Factual.
So let's talk about who we got in the building. First person we got in the building, and he's administrator of the Baltimore City Public Schools system. Bro Marshall Infinity.
Let's grow.
Where's my TikTok team at? Peace, family.
Let's grow.
The next guest we got in the building, another leader. Don't mistake it.
Come on.
LaSalle University graduate. He has his Master's of Science and Biotech, hailing from UMBC. Hold on, let me pause that for a second. We got a scientist in the building.
Come on.
He's a microbiologist, hiker, and cyclist. Brother Lenny.
PWI.
Let's go. I'm actually a teacher now, so I made the transition into teaching. So
Let's grow.
Always growing. So he's sharing that knowledge with everybody.
That's
yes,
right.
sir. Yes,
Don't
sir.
mistake it. So the last person we got. Everybody's on even grounds here. Everybody's on even grounds.
That's right.
He's a father of two beautiful young ladies. Morgan State University alumni,
Go Bears.
HBCU, with a bachelor's degree in speech communication, Master of Science in Media Management. He's the owner of the Black Flag Magnet. Look at that.
Hard.
Look at it. Look at it.
Hard
Look at
body.
it.
Dashiki Friday.
Come on.
Owner of the Black Flag. Hey, the running coach at Bel Air Edison High School. Elementary school. I'm sorry. Pardon me.
good.
Elementary school. He's the founder of the Black Running Organization, ISA.
Let's grow.
Let's go. Let's go.
Boom, boom, boom.
Also, shout out to Dr. Intia. She's not able to be here, but,
Queen mother.
Shout out to sister.
it's another Bro Marshall.
For sure.
right.
For
Holding it down. They holding it down. The
Holding
gentlemen
it
will
up.
hold it down for y'all. And up.
Let's grow.
So you guys have provided a lot of inspiration to a lot of people and opportunity throughout the community. But a lot of people don't know where y'all started or how y'all formed this alliance. Can y'all give us some backstory on the first run that united this race?
The first run that united the race. I like how you put that. So we started in 2014. Black Running Organization started with a conversation between me and one of my sisters. Once we put it down on paper, it became real, and I started recruiting. First two people I recruited were Infinity and Bro Marshall's Infinity and Dr. Intia DeShields. Infinity was first because Infinity, I've always known him to be in the community amongst the people, especially his work with Mama Victory and the African Heritage Walkathon. So in seeing him out there, I always kept my eye on him, and I always loved his energy. And then one day at an event at the African Heritage Walkathon, I seen Infinity on stage performing his poetry. And man, it was just so sick. I was an instant fan, and I said to myself that I would want someone like this down with what I'm doing. So I immediately approached him as soon as his performance was over. And then after that, he kept reminding me, saying, when we going to start this running? When we going to start this running? And
Okay.
we started in 2014, and I can say with 100% confidence that he's grown, but he's been the same through and through. If you know Infinity, then you know us.
Sure.
After that was Dr. Intia DeShields, who was a longtime friend of mine, former professor of mine. And she's been very active in terms of service and organizing events. So I just thought it would be an honor, to shoot my shot and ask her to help us. And she was all for it.
Shot landed.
Yeah, shot landed. She was all for it, and she was a runner already. And, Intia, is the queen mother of what we do. Basically, she provides the balance of what we do.
For sure.
So, it's three men, one woman. Sometimes, a lot of the times, the adrenaline is up, the masculinity is up, and she keeps us balanced and progressive, so we love and appreciate her. She's not here with us, but we holding it up for you, mama.
She here in spirit with us.
That's right.
That's
right.
right.
Then we have Lenny, Bro Marshall Lenny. Lenny came last, but Lenny came through the Bro process. Lenny came as a participant, and continued to participate, became faster, was of like mind. And we talked about it, and everybody was in agreement. It was like Lenny would be perfect as an addition to the Borough Marshals. And since he's came, he served as a model of our discipline. Lenny's a perfect model of our discipline. And also, he pushes us physically as well. So we have a very dynamic group. I would say the most dynamic leadership group in the world.
Big facts.
The world's getting this exposure. They need to see it.
Yeah, but even with this introduction, you still won't know us unless you spend time with us. So that's how we all got together. And, you know, there's so much more to the story, but that's just my version.
What about you, brother? Infinity, let me get this straight. You was out there.
Yes, sir.
You was out there doing your poetry. His brother ran down on you. He said, look, what's up? You trying to sign up? And you stayed on it. So you the energy behind the group. From what I just heard, you sound like you the energy. Lenny's the disciplinarian. He's making sure y'all stay with it. Y'all making sure y'all show up and y'all gonna show out.
See, you have an inside scoop, brother, because
right.
First of all, you're not an observer, you're a participant.
That's right.
You are a part of Bro. We welcome and we just appreciate you, brother. Big facts to everything that you just said. I had to discover for myself that I am the energy, if you will, behind a thing. It took me a long time to just accept it, and not that I was denying it. I just am who I am. And who I am is I've discovered to just be vibrant, full of life. And I attempt to display that with anything that I do. And it is true. Brother Issa I was performing a poem at an annual event of an organization I was a part of, again, the African Heritage Walkathon. And the brother just approached me after my performance and just said, hey, I'm developing a running organization. I would like for you to be a part. I said, all right, let's exchange numbers. Just let me know when you're ready. He said, man, 2 weeks, right? He said 2 weeks. So 2 weeks have come, and I happened to, me and the brother run into each other again at a local awesome restaurant, Terra Cafe. Shout out to Terra Cafe here in the city of Baltimore.
That's
so,
right.
I said, yo, bro, when we running? Now, mind you, I'm asking this, and I was not a runner.
Oh, okay. I wasn't even when I found y'all.
I was not running. You would not get me to run. There's no reason for me to run. I wasn't running. But when he approached me and said, yo, I'm developing a running organization, would you be down? Yes. Like in my thought process, first of all, I can do it. I just don't do it, and I won't do it unless you ask me. And so, that 2 weeks came, and we still wasn't running. So every time I would see him, yo, bro, what's good? So he said, man, just, I'll be in connection. So he connected, and we connected with each other. And here we are today.
All right. Lenny, you last great member to join. What was your story like? Hold on. Well, I'm sorry. 1 second. I'm not doing y'all justice. Everybody got their colors on. Y'all representing. Let me put my colors on.
Oh, yeah. What you doing, bro?
Come on, B.
Hold up.
Shake my hand.
Represent. Word up, man. That gold.
Put that cape on, my brother.
All right, man. Gold standard.
Feel like gold standard.
You earned that.
For sure.
Don't let me hold you up. You can go in.
Gucci glasses.
Oh.
He got
the
the
RPG
Gucci's?
I did not see these.
Oh, wow.
Them joints is
Oh,
fly.
Yeah.
those are,
Bang.
Yeah, you got to tell us about that off camera.
Shout out to you, King. Okay. Righteous.
All right, I'm back. I'm ready to hear this.
Come on.
Looking good. Oh. Now I know who you are.
Hey, what's going on?
So yeah, my I guess how I came into Bro was it was actually through supporting black businesses. Charm City Noir, Issa's and Intia's business that they have, and somebody told me about it, so me and a friend went down there and just to check them out. And I think we definitely bought magnets, so shout out to the Black Flag Mag.
Y'all better go out and support.
Yeah. Support black businesses, man, especially in small and local businesses, man, So we went down there, we checked it out, and then somehow Intia just brought up like the running group, and then she was like, Issa came down out of nowhere, and he was like, yeah, we run on Saturday. He kind of just bounced out. I was like, I don't really run, I lift, I want to lift. do stuff like that. And but I was like, you know what? It wouldn't hurt to kind of push myself a little harder and try something different. So I came out the next day.
Yeah.
Next day I came out, did the run, and it was challenging. But what I loved most about the run was just like how it was giving me something that I wasn't getting at the time, which was like I could just authentically go into this space and just be myself.
That's right.
Because it was strictly for us, FUBU. It was family oriented. There was a good balance of male and female energy, which I'm really big on. A lot of people are like, oh, it's just me and my boys. I'm like, nah, that's to me.
Right.
I need a good mix. I need some balance. And so when I went out there and I saw the balance and I saw how everybody was pushing, and then the community aspect of it, I was like, this is something that I definitely had to tap into, and I knew I was going to be around for a while, whether and regardless of the capacity that it was in, because I was getting something out of it. And then, so I remember the next week they had to run and they canceled it. I was like, man, I was disappointed because I was so excited for that next run. But I went out to the park anyway. I ran the exact route. So I'm gonna try to get better so I can keep up with the route. With the group. And I saw East out there. I guess he was out there kind of telling people that that the run was canceled and whatnot. But I was like, I'm gonna still get it in. And so I've been there since. Just running. Trying to get better and, physically, but I've also gotten better mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And it was at a time in my life where I was going through a lot spiritually and emotionally. And so finding like-minded people didn't make me feel so like isolated, And then so it was like, they say like your vibe attracts your tribe. This is exactly that.
Big facts.
And then I came out there and I was like, okay, this is something that I can get used to. It's a good balance of like, they're down to earth people, they're communal, they're African centered. I was like, this is where I gotta be. It's family oriented. It's about us.
That's right.
It's about shedding a lot of different, generational curses and stuff like that. So I was like, bro, is where I want to be, and I knew I was going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
Bro.
There we go. Let's grow. I mean, in the spirit of everybody sharing their story, I guess I shared mine. I was on a search for a new group, actually. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of trying to convince people to do things that I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I had went on Meetup, and I found a Meetup for a soccer group.
Mm-hmm.
And they was being hosted. They had the same location. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go out there. And as fate would have it, you guys were standing there. They were standing under the tree. And I was like, oh, this must be the soccer group. It's a bunch of, I didn't know it was going to be a black group. This is even better.
Let's grow.
They say, no, we're about to run.
Right.
So I'm about to run too.
Mm-hmm.
I got an hour to kill. Let's do it.
Let's grow.
Remember that.
I had some Jordans on. Don't run in Jordans.
Remember this day.
I said, I'm not going to quit, though.
That's right.
I think y'all was in third phase, so y'all was doing the sprints.
Mm-hmm. Phase 3.
So I was out there.
That's right.
I went there and did that, and I did the soccer right after.
Grow.
Wow.
Let me tell you, my legs were sore for like 4 weeks.
Noodles.
That's right.
I said, I need to do this again so I can get better at this.
That's right.
So I had to keep showing up.
That's right.
But what a lot of people don't understand is when you show up, you're not going to only just work out your body. You're going to work out your mind.
That's right.
Sure.
How big is the educational component to what you guys do?
Well, the way we have learned that education derives from the word educe, which means to bring out or develop or bring out the best in someone. So basically everything we do is educational. Our behavior is the lesson. Whatever we experience is the lesson. All of us are educators. And, it's a cultural principle for us to share the knowledge. We don't hoard information, right? You learn so you can teach, not so you can posture yourself as the smartest person in the room. So when we come together, we like to impart knowledge, wisdom, understanding on everybody that's out there. And we also like to receive it as well, because a lot of different people, different experiences come to run with us as well. And we've learned a lot from people who participate with us. But educate, you can't be dumb and be around us. That's, let me just put it plain. You know what I'm saying? You can't be willingly ignorant. That's not who we are as a people. That's not where we're going. So when you come around us, not only are you going to run, but you'll be asked questions. Somebody might, crack a joke on you, If you can't handle that and you go scurry off into, your own little corner, hopefully somewhere within your journey you realize that that's not our way. You gotta, our culture is about participation. So the more you participate, the more you learn. Correct. And the more you learn, the more then you'll be able to teach pretty soon. Pretty soon you will be ushering someone through the process, or just imparting wisdom. After the run, we always take time to build, and even like now during this whole pandemic, you know what I'm saying? If you have some knowledge and wisdom about what's going on during this time of uncertainty, and you come amongst us and run, then impart some wisdom. You know what I'm saying? We will take it from you. So education is key. Running is just a platform. We use running to get people in, and when they get there, not only do they run, but we exchange knowledge, wisdom, information, and we make splendid plans for the future, and that's all a part of education for us. Well, that's my spiel.
And that just shows that it's not just race, it's marathon, figuratively and in reality, because
Yes.
you guys actually do the marathon running. So that means y'all are preparing yourself mentally. So when you getting pushed and you're saying, okay, we're going to run 5 miles. You never ran 5 miles, let alone 10 miles.
Yeah.
You're going to be pushed that day. You're going to say, oh, man, I kind of want to give up. I see the rest of this group going.
Yeah.
I'm not going to quit. When you got somebody else there to actually push you, you're going to take that extra push.
Yeah.
And same thing with knowledge. You get some more knowledge. It's like you can't help but to receive it. Sometimes you can just, if you don't know what's going on, you can just soak it up.
Yeah.
And y'all have a lot of information to soak up.
I mean, even in terms of marathons, that's a class in itself. I mean, we didn't start to run marathons. Although we're marathoners now, that's not what we started. That's not our goal at all.
When did y'all first do your first marathon?
For Black October. Black October is our campaign during October. Every weekend of that month, we run a different race, starting with the race in Atlanta, half marathon. Shout out to the race in Atlanta.
I'm going to definitely make this
So
one.
last year,
I'm coming
last
to
year
this
was
one.
our first marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year.
2019, October 2019.
The Chicago Marathon is our first
Chicago.
marathon.
Oh, the Chicago Marathon. So y'all went straight to the major leagues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the plug. Shout out to the Dot Connector.
Right.
Russell, who got us out there, who supports us, and we'll be back out there next year. The thing is, we train all year round, so regardless of what season it is, if we're up for the challenge, we're going to do it. So we don't posture ourselves as just marathoners. We posture ourselves as black men and women, and black men and women are generalists. There's nothing that we can't do.
Right, for sure.
Broski.
For sure. So, in the attempt to pay it forward, what would you say is the essential prerequisites to getting started, not just in a regular race on the field, but off the field? Because whether it's in business or out here for your physical well-being, you have to endure. So what would you say is the prerequisites for endurance and getting ahead in life, race, and business? I really want to ask you more about the Black Flag organization as well.
Black Flag Man. Well, I mean, Lenny's in the best shape of all of us, so I'm sure he can talk about what you need to do in terms of preparation for a race before we get to the Black Flag Magnet.
Preparation, it really is just it starts with, it's everything, man. It's nutritional, it's mental, it's literally just not being fearful. That's really the biggest thing. The fear is the biggest thing that keeps us from doing a lot of things. And knowing who and what you can share with certain types of groups of people, because people will talk you out most of what you want to do just because of their own insecurities or because they're fearful. So really just being disciplined, but consistency, knowing that it's not a sprint, it is a marathon, and that you have to start from somewhere. So if it starts with one push-up, that's what it is. But it's one more than what you could do the day before. Yeah. And it is a process. Like when I first really started my fitness journey, I would consider myself have always been an athlete, like playing basketball growing up and then, through college, but I was never fit, and then so it wasn't until after college where I started really getting into fitness. And if I show you pictures of how I was looking at 22, 23 years old, I was frail body, and then but it just evolved. Like it started with lifting weights, and then from there the nutrition piece came into it, and even that I've had to evolve in that. Like it started with, okay, well, I'm just going to eat beef, chicken, I'm gonna cut out pork. Then it went from cutting out beef and chicken to just like to seafood, mostly plant-based fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. And that has taken me, I would say, to get where I am today, it's taken me about 12 years to do that. And people think it just happens out of nowhere. No. And it's been doing it, falling off, getting back up, doing it again, until you get into a point where you can build where it becomes a habit, it becomes a lifestyle. You don't even think about it.
right.
Like, and there's nothing that's going to stop you from not doing what you want to do because you reap the benefits of how, your body feels, how your mind feels, your hormones, how you just feel like you can get through and endure anything. So even like during this time when it is a pandemic, and the first thing they did was close the gyms. I was tight, but I was already ahead of the game. I was like, I kind of knew it was going to happen. I was like, what am I going to do to continue to like maintain muscle mass, to continue to work out? Am I going to be fearful to go outside? Like, what have I been doing the last 15 years of my life that has kept me in shape?
Right.
Why would I abandon that now? And then so it literally means being adaptable to whatever's going on around you. Your body adapts quickly, your mind, but it starts in your mind. So it's like, all right, so now I can't go to the gym, but I'm out in the parks, I'm on the bars. I buy a chain, a jump rope with. I find whatever weights I can. I'm like doing stuff with that. So it's literally just being adaptable and just making the best out of everything. And as Black people, we are resourceful as hell. We adapt. We've been adapting for so long, and we've been getting by despite so much trauma. And it's really no different. And so it's literally like we talking about how we not our ancestors. We really are ancestors. And it's ingrained in us.
Yes.
Like they got through so much. Like what we're going through now is nothing. This won't be the last time we go through something like this. So that's literally your journey. Like you're really your biggest obstacle. Once you got it made up in your head, and once you're consistent enough to where you can develop a habit, it's really just business as usual. Planning your day around, like me, I plan my day around my workouts. No matter what, like if it's even if it's just 30 minutes, I know I got to get it in somewhere. And so somebody's like, well, let's go do this. All right. Well, this is where it fits in. Like I'm planning my day around fitness and stuff like that. And it's just a process. So be patient. Don't be gentle with yourself too, but push yourself. And then get around people who hold you accountable as well.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
Race prep.
definitely a way to get through it. So what I'm trying to figure out, all right, so if I was to just join you, right, if I never ran with you guys before, what would be the ideal meal to have before that? Because a lot of people say, I'm too hungry to run, or I ate too much to run.
Yeah.
Right.
So people going to have excuse either way, but we can give them a little bit of advice of how to, start this run off good.
But that's interesting though, because we've had a journey in terms of our nutrition. I remember it was a time when we used to, our martial meetings we used to run we used to do a 5 miler. Infinity used to eat big meals 2 minutes before we took off, and said,
No cramps?
you know what I mean.
I gotta eat, man.
So we've grown. Me, I would say a banana, water,
Yeah.
some type of fruit. Try not to drink too much water, so you don't have water just jumping around in your body. I tend to just eat minimal before I run, unless we're doing a long run. That way I can earn my meal afterwards.
And if I can break that down a little even further to what my brother Issa is saying is that, like a banana, definitely hydrate yourself. Coconut water is excellent. I do want to touch on like the type of, we don't own food distribution. And so you want to find the correct coconut water. You want to find the correct foods and nutrients to put into your body. To make sure that your body is optimal at the level that you need it. So for instance, going into that, if you're running a short distance run, say you're running a 5K, say you're running a mile, right? Short distance runs, then bananas are great. Simple fruits are great, like to give you that immediate burst of energy, right? Strawberries, grapes, blueberries, what have you, right? Plantains, it doesn't matter. But for a long distance, you want to get your omegas in. You want to get your omega-3. So, for instance, you want to eat an avocado because that's going to give you energy over a longer duration. It's a slower process, but longer duration versus the fast process and shorter duration that a banana gives you. So, a banana gives you at least, at optimal, hour and a half worth of energy. If you eat one banana, you'll receive an hour and a half's worth of energy. So, just put that in your mind of how many miles or how much time you're going to be out running.
You just got to do the math.
That's right.
Back to education.
Yeah, man.
As I said, the educational component is a big part of what y'all do out here.
Yeah, make sure your eating schedule is on. So don't wing your nutrition. Don't wing your running, right? what is it? The 5 P's.
Yeah, yeah.
Proper preparation.
Right.
Proper preparation
These-
prevents poor
Prevents poor
performance.
performance.
All of
There
that.
go.
You know what
All
I'm
that.
saying? The thing is, man, nothing we doing is new. Just tap into your culture. Tap into our culture, man. Listen to your parents, your gym coach, and tap into the lessons that you know, so you can grow.
So what would you say is like one of the biggest ways y'all was able to expand and retain stellar relationships with people in the community and build the group? Because y'all been doing this for 6 years. It started 6 years ago.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So y'all not like a fly by night organization here.
No. We built brick by brick, man. We've hosted over 500 unity runs every week since 2014. Every strong, we don't call them weeks. Every strong since 2014.
Yes, sir.
We've had a unity run. We've missed maybe less than 10 in 5
definitely.
years.
Yeah.
So I would say. Can you repeat the question again?
Oh, just how did you manage to expand and
okay.
retain the relationships between people keep coming back? I know I
That's
came
right.
back. Yeah, I said I started the same day I started the soccer. I didn't come back to soccer.
Okay, got you.
Grow.
So in terms of the relationships, Bro was really built and designed for the Pan-African community in Baltimore. I had a vision of the people I knew, because there's a lot of black people. There's a lot of different subgroups and tribes in Baltimore. It's just not really organized.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that I know who can benefit from this program. So that's how it was designed. The expectation was for my people to come on out every week and run. But that's not how it works. We've learned. The business that you start a lot of the times is not for your people. It's for people who's interested in whatever field of business you're going into.
Correct.
So it first started with being who you say you are. So if I'm saying, hey, we're starting a running organization, we have to be a running organization. We have to be organized and we have to run. So start with being with who you are in terms of building those relationships. So once people get to see that you are who you say you are and you're about what you say you're about, then the respect grows. Then after that, then you have people who come to participate. So the relationship has to be reciprocal. So that's why we're here today.
So people pretty much gravitate to the authenticity that y'all guys provide.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The experience.
But a part of the authenticity is making sure the relationship is reciprocal. So, for example, you come to run with us. If you were to invite us to the podcast and we made some excuse saying, "Oh, we can't be there, we can't come," we wouldn't be surprised if you don't come back to run anymore.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I personally don't take things personally, but I understand what you
Right,
mean by that.
You know what I'm saying? So if you are, I don't care if you sell fruit and you come out to run with us and you say, hey, I got a fruit stand around the corner, then we're going to be around the corner purchasing fruit from you. We want the relationships to be reciprocal. And in doing that, people can say, hey, I actually know these people. It shields you from people trying to tarnish your character. So people can't really badmouth you or gossip to someone who you've actually served. Right? So
Absolutely.
service is what really makes us great. So the people who we've served, if you ask them, they can say, well, Infinity's great, man. He helped me do this. Lenny's great. He helped me do this. Service is the receipts for us. Right? It's not about, the lip service.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we can't do too much talking because we're a running organization. So you have to run. So people see us run and the respect and the opportunity grows out of that because they know that we are running, regardless of look at the pandemic. Regardless of what's going on, we're going to be running. We're going to do what we say we're going to do.
They haven't banned runners yet.
And
still
so,
come out.
That's right.
And so we adding on to that because it's true. The authenticity and also just inspiring each other, keeping each other, inspired and having each other's backs and encouraging. We provide a lot of encouragement. We provide and that's towards each other.
Yeah.
That's not just towards whoever comes out and run with us. That's just who we are as a collective.
Yeah.
What we do, and we want to inspire and continue to encourage and help people where they can be helped, and we receive help and encouragement as well from folks who have come out and the various different backgrounds of people that surround us.
Yeah, and we like to call it the community league. So it's a lot of different communities who come to run with us. A lot of different, tribes and communities who come to support us, and we support them in return. So that's how we've been able to build those relationships with organizations like the Pan-African Liberation Movement, Tendaya Family, Nike, helping.
Biking brunch tours. Yeah, shout out to Lakeisha.
Terra Cafe, Grub Factory, T-Volve, and respect from other run crews.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, I've definitely seen y'all had the other run crews come out and they support, and you can see like the feeling is real. Like they're coming from other states and saying, "Hey, look, we want to run with you guys.
Crazy.
We can run anywhere else. We can come to the state and run wherever we want.
Yeah.
You guys, we remember that energy. We want to come back and experience it again."
Yeah, I mean, if you know, you grow. It's really simple with us. And, you know, I think that's a part of the power of what we do, too. Everything is really weird now. So even when you want to connect with people, people feel most comfortable if they know, like, all the details. Like, so we've had people reach out to us and say, hey, I want to run with you guys, but how far do you run? You know, what's your pace group? You know, how long are we going to be? This, that, and the other, you know, and that's just
we said just come out.
Right. It's not how it grows.
We saying just come out. I can answer some of those questions.
Right.
Fine. Not that we don't want to, but what we want to get across to you is just come out.
That's right.
You gotta come out and support. You
This
gotta
is
come out
not-
and put the work in for yourself to grow.
This is not American education.
Yeah, I'm not trying to sell you on running.
Right.
That's
You don't
not
have
what
to
we're
raise your
doing.
hand to speak. You know what I mean? Just
Just
show
so I'm
up.
clear on this,
Mm-hmm.
got fitness. Like it's for fitness, right? Everybody's getting fit mentally and spiritually fit.
It's for
And it's how much it costs?
free.
Hold on, what?
Free 99.
It's free.
Take the
and
99
it
off.
only
Okay.
costs you your sweat,
There you go.
and a little bit of vulnerability.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
That's
costs.
it. But
The thing is, that's a
small.
real price to pay. A real price to pay. A lot of people feel uncomfortable rendering themselves vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? But that's priceless to us because we can really see who you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then we can deal with you in a real way. And it's not a sell. It's a principle. We want to be single-minded in our activity. We want to be disciplined in a single activity so that we can
Huge.
accumulate power
Huge.
as opposed to this free thinking, YOLO, I do whatever I want to do whenever I want to feel like it. That's an independent individual, and that's not who we are.
Right.
So throughout this whole journey, the past 6 years, I'm sure y'all had some hurdles.
Sure.
Like, what was your biggest hurdles in getting this thing manifested and maintaining it while maintaining your integrity and your uniqueness and showing who you are? Like, this is who we are. We're not gonna acclimate to something else.
Yeah, our biggest hurdle or obstacle will be our people, what we like to call Negroes. And these are people who just don't understand what we are doing or what we need to be doing. And these are people who relate to white culture more than they do to black culture and keeps them from running. Even the fear, if I say, hey, come run with us, whatever fear is striking you to say, you know, I don't want to run with these guys, you didn't get that from us. You got that from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? The way we operate, if you want to be at the party, you're going to show up at the party, and when the music come on, you're going to dance. And when the party's over, you're going to have a good time. That's how we roll.
Even
You know
if
what I'm
they
saying?
disrespect you.
Word. So our biggest obstacle are people who's trying to change the flow of the party. You know what I'm saying? The people who want to, you want to be VIP, we don't even know who you are.
Right.
You
Yeah.
just showed up this first time here.
Word. You trying not to pay at the door.
Right.
You know, you disrespecting the whole
Yeah.
event. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So our biggest obstacle are black people who don't want to run, who don't want to add to the energy for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And
How common is that though? In like the grand scheme of
it's
things.
the new wave. It's the new wave. I mean, this is America. Black people don't really have to deal with each other if we don't want to. We can deal with whoever we want to. Multiculturalism is being pushed. You can do whatever you want. America's for sale. So
Yeah.
when you say, you know, maintaining your integrity, you know,
Yeah.
things like that, you know, it's an everyday play for the average black person. So when it comes to what we do, I mean, you would be surprised. We've approached people, say, hey, you know, peace, brother, peace, sister, are you a runner? Want to come run with us? They think it's some type of gimmick we run.
And some people are going to deny because they're skeptical.
Right,
People
right.
who stuck in that mindset, and it's a shame, but you can't just next time.
Yeah. Another
Right.
one is
Next
with the
time.
brothers
That's
too. Intimidation.
Right.
You know, it's really bad. Baltimore's a running town. There's a lot of runners in Baltimore, and some of the captions I use in some of the posts is everybody's a runner until it's time to run. So
Yeah.
a lot of brothers out there that need to be running with us. A lot of sisters that need to be running with us.
And it's free
And it's
to
for
come
sure.
out and run.
A lot of the
come out
Watoto,
and run.
the children, a
That's
lot
right.
of the children need to be running with us.
That's right. But you know, we inject culture in what we do. So some people feel uncomfortable, you know, centering themselves and putting their hand on the mother tree when we pour libation and invite our ancestors in what we're doing. Some people may feel uncomfortable, and that's strange. You shouldn't feel uncomfortable because that's our way. Some people may feel uncomfortable, with all the male energy.
Yeah, some people, they like you said, they're going to be uncomfortable because in any life situation, the first time you do it is uncomfortable.
Right.
That's
But
how
when
grow.
you do it again, you like you said, that's how you grow. That's why I love y'all slogan, "Let's grow."
Let's grow.
Right.
Because you gotta continue to
Let's
show up
grow, though.
to grow.
It's inclusive. It's us. We got to grow. You can't just be watching us grow.
Yeah, because y'all, I might watch a video and I say, okay, I see thousands of views on this video. Why is 1,000 people not here? Why I don't want to see 200 people here?
Right.
It should be.
But
Because
see,
you can watch it.
That's a part of what we do, man. It's part of understanding the process because we've had people come to us and say, hey, man, I love what y'all do. And say, hey, come on out and run with us. Be like, man, I got to get myself ready first. So you have a gang of people out there who watch what we do but feel like they have to be at their optimal physically in order to come out to run with us.
And that's not the truth.
No. And that's the vulnerability that Issa spoke on earlier.
Right.
In order to relate, when you talk about relationships, in order to relate, we have to be vulnerable to each other, and we have to see, I can show you this part of me. Oh, you have that too. Oh, you have that issue too. Oh, you working on this too. Okay, right. So now we can grow together. And what we speak to a lot of times, oftentimes, is when we run the whole social media aspect of, when we're doing our phases, doing our Unity Run days, which is every Saturday,
That's right.
9 a.m.,
That's
meet
right.
us at the Mother Tree. We'll be moving back to Druid Hill Park right now. We're still at Patterson Park. If you want some more info, definitely just check us out on social media and you will receive it. But with that being said, it's just the obstacle of getting over yourself.
That's right.
Getting over yourself. And a lot of times, it was spoken earlier about intimidation from other people or lack of it's really internal.
That's right.
It's your lack of motivation and the questions of, well, what I got to do. All you have to do is just come out.
That's right.
That's what you show up so you can grow up.
That's right. That's right.
That's it.
Why don't you show up and grow up? So
Obstacles.
y'all mentioned the social media aspect of it. How big is the social media for you as a component to getting that message out there and getting more people interested so more younger brothers, sisters of all ages actually can come out and get with the programming?
Well,
join
Lenny,
in.
he only has a social media page just for bro. So he
Okay.
can speak on.
All right.
Let's grow.
The multimedia man.
So the social media aspect of it is huge. Most people look at social media before they even look at the news. This is how most of us find out most information about events going on, things happening on the news, and so social media is definitely big. I think one of the best things about Bro is how we have taken social media and how authentic it is to who we truly are too, and we've stayed true to that. But using social media platforms to kind of put ourselves out there, and for those who receive it, they receive it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you always have to kind of adapt. So right now it might be social media. Who knows what it will be 15 years from now? But if you want to keep up with the masses, or if you want to keep up with whoever you're trying to keep up with, particularly the youth, then you got to be adaptable. So social media is us, being adaptable.
Yeah.
What are the main social media platforms that you would recommend that people would use to get more exposure and things of that nature?
Facebook and Instagram with us.
Facebook and Instagram.
But I mean, just to be clear though, we use social media for content and record specifically. It's not about the likes or anything like that. It's really for inspiration. So 20 years from now, we want to have a lot of people tapping in, and I don't know, we may or may not be running, but you can always go back to the social media page and see what we've done.
Right.
If you want to know how many members we have, go ahead, pull out a pen and paper and start counting, since
check it out.
2014. And, for me, just when I'm in the house, downtime, I love watching social media. I love being reminded of those hot days, those cold days. Sometimes I watch videos from the winter in the summertime. Sometimes I watch videos from the summer in the wintertime. And I also love to see, people grow.
People getting out here and growing.
Yeah, most people are on social media, so we just use it as a platform for content and record. So if you like what we do in terms of content, jump on there. If you're trying to follow our record, jump on there. If you want to know what we do, jump on there.
So quick question, some recommendations. So what is the #1 app, book, or website that you would recommend to anyone that's looking to start their own variation of a black running organization, inspired running group in their respective city, state, or country.
Look at bro.
That's right.
There you go. Look at bro, and like I don't think black people have the luxury of starting your own. I think we need to kind of just pull together, and be communal. So I would say look for other organizations that are like-minded, and build from there. We can do more, being communal as opposed to just trying to like have 3, 4, 5 different run groups that all doing the same thing, and we could be pooling resources to do more.
Correct. That's a huge problem.
Yeah,
Huge problem. Huge issue.
King man, you want to answer?
So definitely that, and I think a lot of people, which kind of comes back to the hurdles. People feel judged. People feel judged, or like you're going to judge them because they see you in a certain light, and that's what social media does. Unfortunately, the one of the negative parts or unproductive parts of social media is a person won't approach you because they think you're going to judge them or see them in a way that they don't want to be seen, because they project on social media a different way about themselves.
Yeah.
So they put that on themselves, and then it's projected onto you. And what I speak about all the time is mindset, man. Changing your mindset. No, and that's something that we do too. It's like, no, you're good. We encourage you. We're here to inspire you. No, I was there yesterday. I was there last week. When I started running, that's how I was. I couldn't breathe. I was hurting out there. I threw up, and we have all those stories, right? Serving, I mean, like over 500 unity runs. That's just the unity runs.
That's right.
We do run parties.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Quarterly, we do just different events and involve ourselves as Lenny and Issa were just speaking about, with other black people, to be communal, so we can say, hey, this is what we need to do. But it's not about running.
Yeah.
We're a running organization,
bigger
and this may sound foreign or an oxymoron, moronic to someone's ears, but if you understand what I'm saying, it's not strictly about running. We're a running organization using that platform to galvanize our people together to say, hey, oh, you know this? Yeah, I know this too. You do that? Oh, I don't know that. Oh, okay. So now we can connect, and we can relate and build with each other. That's what the Black Running Organization represents.
That's right.
While we're still on it, we do want to plug the race in Atlanta.
That's right.
That's something that you can definitely plug into. People go to Atlanta for a lot of things, strip clubs,
Right.
all types of things, because Atlanta has so much culture, strip clubs, music. But the race is something you should definitely be supporting.
And it's called the race.
And it's called the race. Red, black, green, the race. Okay.
That's right.
And it's put on by the Unity Collective. It takes place every October.
Yep.
Who's the Unity Collective, El?
We are
the
Unity Collective.
The Unity Collective, everybody who put some money in the pot to get the race started.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So, if you want to start your own running group, just like my brother said, first thing you want to do is don't try to reinvent the wheel. Tap into other black running groups in your town if they're doing that. If they're not doing that, I would say be clear about your why, your mission, and your purpose.
Your why.
We don't
Your
need
why
any-
is very important.
Absolutely. We don't need any more sellouts in our game, in our race. Anybody black, we just don't need that anymore. You understand? We don't need to reinvent the wheel. So in terms of Baltimore, we don't need 4 or 5 black running organizations. All we need is one. You understand what I'm saying? Tap in. We need to be disciplined. We need to be disciplined in a single-minded activity in order to acquire power. So if you're not in Baltimore, though, become a student. Become a student of Bro. Go to the race, peep game. You know what I'm saying? See what's missing. That's the answer. See what's missing within the black community. If it's missing, then you provide it. If it's not missing, if it needs to be enhanced, then you enhance it. But also know, if you're starting a black running organization, it's not black unless it's black for black people. Okay, don't water down what you're doing. Don't try to don't dilute or misrepresent what we're doing.
And you don't have to. It's unapologetic.
Exactly.
You do not have to apologize for wanting to empower yourself.
Right.
And the folks around you. Do not apologize.
And a lot of other cultures don't do that. When you think of Jewish communities, when you think of Hispanic communities, they preach this stuff amongst themselves. It's just like we get lost in the sauce of trying to like be inclusive to everybody, and it's not preaching hate.
Yeah.
It's preaching self-love.
That's right.
That's it.
And building up your people the way everybody else builds up their people. So
Yeah.
you know, if you love yourself like you claim you do, if you're doing it for the culture, then really do it for the culture. Stop selling your culture short.
That's right.
You know, just so you can fit in. Yeah, you know, we are the culture. We know that black people we push culture all around the world.
Forward.
That's right.
So
We out here making
without
money.
us, you know, this world's dry. So we are the culture, but so let's chill with watering down. Let's do our thing, and let's protect our culture.
Yeah.
Because one of the few things that we have left right now, and let's grow.
Yeah,
Let's
not
grow.
replicate. Let's not replicate ideas without supporting them. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with
Right.
being a student, and if you're not being a student, then you're being like a parasite. You're being a leech. You understand what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, I've started my organization because I was inspired by such and such to
Correct.
do." You know what I mean? Pass it on. That's exactly what the Nation of Islam does. Before every speak, they honor their predecessors, man, and you need to do that, or else you biting, you dick riding. There's this whole slew of names we could call you, but we don't want to do that. We want you to be a part of the family, man. So show up to grow up.
So
That's
if you're
it.
looking to start your own somewhere and you're not here, because
Right.
if you're here, you should be joining what we already got going here.
Exactly.
Right. Let's
But
grow.
if you're somewhere else in your own country, your own city, your own state, and you're looking for some motivation or you want to celebrate,
Yeah, tap in.
do the thing. But look at and never forget to follow the innovators,
That's right.
not the imitators.
That's right. And I mean, even in terms of a book, there's a book that I read called Urban Philosophy by Imhotep Assis Fatu. It's titled The New African Revolutionary Vanguard. And, you know, this is something that I study in terms of when putting bro in place. So, you know, organization is not something that you wing. You know, pick up a book that is related to your mission and purpose and apply it. Applied knowledge. That's what we do. Let's grow.
Let's grow. So,
So before y'all go, can y'all give the people y'all socials and the best way they can get in contact with you?
I ain't giving my social security number, bro.
Oh, no, don't give them that.
All right.
There's scammers out here, and they're going to get you.
See, I mean, you gotta watch you guys, man. Yeah. Oh, so
Yeah, y'all
It's on
socials.
you.
Yeah,
It's on you,
social
King.
media. All right. So I am Infinity, NFINITEE, but my social handle on IG is LETSGROW.us. That's LETSGROW.us. LETSGROW.us. On Facebook is TMALX. That's TEE-MAL. Excuse me, TEE-MALX. But you'll most likely find me on the Black Running Organization pages on both sites.
Yeah. Same here. Find me on the bro page, BLKRUNORG. My personal handle is Issa Olufi.
Same. Well, Facebook it's out of the question, but Instagram you can follow me at Tall Human Small Giant. That's TALLHUMAN _ small SMALL giant GIANT _ and you know you can always find us through Black Running Organization on Facebook or Instagram. That's BLKRUNORG.
That's right. Or you can find our other Marshal, Dr. Intia DeShields, at Charm City Noir, CharmCityNoir, Charm City Noir.
Yeah, support too, man. Support
Absolutely.
black businesses. Let's grow.
Culturally chic
grow.
apparel.
Let's grow.
You know, anything that you see us have is usually on the site. So make sure you support Charm City Noir. Let's grow. Ja, what's up?
Let's grow, Ja.
What you got?
Oh, so with Let's Grow, man, for those who don't know, just simply, man, brother, we just came up, man. Let's Grow is just simply collective development.
That's right.
All right, that's all it is, simply collective development. You'll hear us say Let's Grow because it's Let's Grow in all aspects. As our brother here, L, has mentioned earlier, you know, it's spiritual, it's mental, it's physical, it's emotional, it's social, right? It's economical, right?
Word.
It's every currency that you can think of. You should be growing in. Growth just is simply development.
Come on.
So you just want to develop in whatever you're doing. So we choose to do it together so we can get there faster, just like a run.
That's right.
We do it together. All right. We start together and we finish together. And that's one of our aspects of our run as well. If somebody is falling back, we go back and get that man or that woman or that child.
That's right.
And so to bring them back with us. That's Let's Grow.
That's right.
Collective development.
Only if you're pushing it. We're not going to keep coming back for you if you're not getting it your all. But, yeah, Let's Grow, man. Simply collective development. It's one word, all caps. Yeah, if you when you see
Hashtag Let's Grow.
when you see it, scream Let's Grow, man. You know what I mean? Even if you're not running and you love what we do, scream Let's Grow. Even if you happen to be running but you're not running with us that day, right? Scream Let's Grow. Get it tatted on your face. No.
So we know it's real, right?
right. Beautiful.
All right. Remember, dreams plus action equals life. Let's grow.
Let's grow.